Palestinian student only weeks shy of her graduation and her own wedding. The other, an Israeli who never knew her attacker. She was also a student, and she looked so much like the attacker that authorities at the morgue couldn't tell who was who. And that is what triggered the initial interest of director Hilla Medalia, who joins us now to discuss her film, To Die in Jerusalem. Ms. Medalia, thank you for making time for us here. That clip was remarkable there, seeing the suicide mission statement of Ayat. Let's look at the part of your film here while we're talking, where you show how similar they are in appearance. You've got them both dancing in Happier Days, and here now is Rachel, and this is a very powerful thing you do here. Why did you put that dossier effect together?
You know, the clips were very short, but it was actually pretty incredible that I managed to get basically a clip of Rachel dancing in a wedding and a clip of Ayat dancing in a wedding. Actually, that's the only clip I had. And then I just wanted to be able to really look at them and give a little kind of background and introduce them alive before we go into actually the tragic day that they died.
It's a very powerful effect because they look like twins almost. And not only did that trigger your interest, but this event triggered the interest of President Bush, who, following it, you know, was quoted by world media talking about how discouraging that event is, how it's such a symptom. Here's what he said here. He said, when an 18-year-old Palestinian girl is induced to blow herself up and in the process kills a 17-year-old Israeli girl, the future itself is dying.
Right.
You know, the future of the Palestinian people, he went on to say, and the future of the Israeli people, too. Let's talk about the word he used there, induced. What did you find out about Ayat's motivations?
You know, I think it's very complex. You know, when you live in the camp, in this condition that they live in, and in this culture.
Refugee camp, yeah.
In a refugee camp. And when you know, there is, so to speak, no future for you. And also, you know, the whole concept of being shaheed. And I think it's a combination of many things that cause her. And, you know, obviously she was 17, so to me she was so young. And I also, of course, blame the people who sent her, because I think it's so to speak, easy to take someone young and influence him to do something.
It's never really clear. You get pretty deep into who might have influenced her, but what's ironic, and we have a quote which we'll get ready in a moment here, here's Rachel's mother seeking to meet somehow, face-to-face, the mother of her daughter's killer. That's an extraordinary thing, and that's what you get to at the end of the movie. But what you were able to meet the mother of her daughter's killer there, and the mother said that neither she nor her father or the child's father knew that anything like this was happening in their daughter's emotions.
Right. You know, I don't think that the parents knows. I think it's, I also met the guy who actually planned the bombing and drove Ayat to the grocery store. And she was recruited about a week before the bombing. And I think that the parents really didn't know, because I think it's kind of quick and secret process.
Let's listen to the mom here. We have a part from your movie.
بس البنت نظرتها مش يعني للأيام لما بتذكر مش طبيعية. البنت هيك بتبحلق فيي. شو بدي أحكي لك يا خالتي؟ شو أجمل إشي في الدنيا؟ بقولوا القمر. أجمل إشي في الدنيا أحلى من القمر. وجه البنت مش طبيعي. إلا هيك هي معناه تطلعتها أنا يعني كانت تودع. تطلعتها إلي كانت تودع.
So it turns out that Rachel Levy's mother wanted to meet Ayat's mother, and it took, even though they only lived really just a few hundred yards from each other, less than miles really, 4 years for that to happen. And in the end, although you were hoping that they would meet face to face, they never really do. They meet sort of electronically, thanks to your efforts.
Via video satellite.
What was that like?
You know, I think it's really reflect reality. I mean, we live so close to each other, yet there is really no direct contact. And you know, I grew up in a city next to Tel Aviv, Ramat Sharon, and the closest refugee to my town that I grew up is maybe 16 miles. I never been to a refugee camp till actually shooting the film. So I think it's really reflect reality that, you know, there is really no interaction. And also it's 4 miles between Jerusalem and the Haisha refugee camp, yet it was impossible to get them in the same room.
Amazing. Well, there's so much more to say about this, but of course our viewers get to see this for themselves. It's going to show in several venues. The first on American network HBO, and that's Thursday night. And we're grateful that you joined us early to talk about it. To Die in Jerusalem.
Thank you.
Hilla Medalia, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
To London now, where blackmail is all the buzz. There's a report in Britain's Sunday Times